pathway for the blood supply of brain. The second pathway is called carotid pathway. This pathway is called carotid pathway. Now, let us consider this is a skull of a body, skull of a human being. Inside consists of central nervous system, and these are the carotid arteries, and these carotid arteries are again divided into two forms. One is external and other one is internal. Internal carotid artery, external carotid artery. Now, these external carotid artery do not enter into the central nervous system. These internal carotid artery will be entering into the central nervous system. Let us consider this is a carotid artery, that is internal carotid artery, which is entering into the central nervous system. Now, this carotid artery, before discussing about this carotid artery, this is the inner layer, that is the pia mater. This is the innermost layer, that is pia mater. And this is dura mater. This is outermost layer. Outermost layer is dura mater, and middlemost layer is pia mater, and the innermost layer is pia mater. These are the three layers, that is the outermost layer is dura mater, and middle layer is arachnoid layer, and the innermost layer is pia mater. Now, this internal carotid artery cannot directly enter into the layers of this central nervous system or skull, and there is a special types of channels or special type of canal which is present on the outermost layer of this skull. This special type of canal is called carotid canal. This special type of canal is called carotid canal, through which this carotid artery will be entered into this carotid artery, into this outermost layer. Now, whenever this carotid artery will be entered into the outermost layer, this carotid canal consists of opening for only outside, through which this carotid artery will be going towards the inner side, but there is no opening into the inner side of this cerebral hemisphere. There is only opening for this outside, through which this carotid artery will be entering into that. Now, it will be stuck into the outermost layer, that is dura mater. Whenever it is stuck in this dura mater, there is a special structure, that is now there is a special structure that is which is present at the junction of this outer layer and middle layer and inner layer, that is called foramen lacinum. Foramen lacinum. Now this carotid artery will be entered into this carotid artery will be entered into this foramen lacinum. This foramen lacinum has opening for the inner side. Now this carotid artery will be entered into the inner side. Now this carotid artery will be rupturing this outer dura mater, middle arachnoid layer and inner pia mater, and it is situated inner side of this pia mater, and inside of this there is a special structure The name of this special structure is called cavernous sinus. The name of this special structure is cavernous sinus. Now, the function of this cavernous sinus is, as this carotid artery which is entered into the inner side of this inner layer of this skull, this carotid artery will be rotating around this whenever this carotid artery will be rupturing these three layers and will be entered into the innermost layer, that is, then there is a cavernous sinus is a special structure which is present inside the pia mater, and the carotid sinus which is entered will be wrapped around this cavernous sinus, and this is cavernous sinus, and here there is one more structure through which now this carotid artery which is wrapped around this cavernous sinus will be broken into three divisions. Out of these three divisions, this is the first division. This is the first division which is entering into the optic chiasma, and this artery is called optic artery. This is optic artery, and this is anterior artery. Anterior communicating artery, and this is anterior communicating artery, and there is one more type of artery that is formed by the division of this carotid artery, that is posterior. This is posterior communicating arteries. Posterior communicating arteries. These are the anterior communicating arteries, and these are the posterior communicating arteries. Now, a good student has to remember that there is not only one foramen lucidum is present on either side. This is left side, and simultaneously on right side there is one more foramen lucidum is present, through which this carotid artery will be entered. This is a left carotid artery and this is right carotid artery. Now, as I told that this carotid artery will be divided into three branches. One is anterior branch and posterior branch, and another one is lateral branch. Where does this lateral branch is present means these right carotid artery and left carotid artery are interlinked by lateral communicating arteries. Lateral communicating arteries. Here, whenever this carotid artery will be entered into the inner side of this cerebral hemisphere, it is wrapped by cavernous sinus, and this is not carotid sinus, this is cavernous sinus, and whenever this carotid sinus is wrapped around this cavernous sinus, this carotid artery is divided into three divisions. One is anterior communicating artery, which is entering into the optic chiasma, it is called optic artery, and another one is, this is the first division and this is second division. It is posteriorly branched, which is called posterior communicating arteries, and another branch is called lateral communicating arteries. Lateral function of this lateral communicating arteries is communicating between the right carotid artery and left carotid artery, and the function of this posterior communicating artery is, now as we discussed that now from here, this is center of midbrain, pons and medulla and spinal cord. From here, one type of arteries that are which are called posterior cerebellar arteries, and another type is inferior cerebellary arteries, and another important type is posterior cerebral arteries. And ultimately anterior these are called posterior inferior cerebellar arteries, and these are called inferior cerebellar arteries, and these are called posterior cerebral arteries, and these are called inferior cerebral arteries. Now these all types of arteries will be united together Now these all type of arteries which are arising from the central nervous system through the midbrain, pons and medulla and spinal cord, it will be united together, and these are enter into the central nervous system. And the function of this posterior communicating artery is it helps in communicating with the arteries which are coming from the downside of the central nervous system, that is different types of arteries 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 different types of arteries will unite together, and the function of this posterior communicating arteries is to communicate with this parent artery, which is formed by the association of these all different types of arteries. It helps in communicating with this parent artery which is coming from the